I'm KFT Fixer with 5-Star Real Estate, and I'm here with another favorite client of mine, Kathy. And I am super excited to showcase some of Kathy's talents and some of the things that she has done throughout her home. Again, you know, when you go into a home, maybe it's not 100% what you want, but I think that you can do some things, some big things, some small things that can make all the difference and make you then absolutely love your home. All right, Kathy, so you've done something pretty cool here right at the front entry.
Yeah.
I remember when I walked in before, this was a wall.
It was. There was a doorway here, so you could walk into the dining room. It was only about this wide and came down. It was very closed off, so when you came in the front hallway, you just felt really closed in because it's not a large hallway.
Right.
So just taking out this 3-foot section so that when you come in, you can see the dining room, and opening up the dining room for the light makes all the difference.
Huge, so it just feels more open. Okay, so now you did something smart, right? I don't recommend people just rip a wall out without doing your homework, but what did you do?
We had a structural engineer come in.
Okay, what did he tell you?
He looked at everything and made sure the floor joists were running in a specific direction and where the load-bearing walls were. Said this was not load-bearing, so we could take it out. However, we kept a support pole out of an abundance of caution because there's a bathtub right over top.
Okay, so smart, so you made a smart move, and it still looks nice and symmetrical, but you obviously just ripped the wall out. But how much did the structural engineer advice cost you?
$300,
So
$350.
probably a very wise investment to spend that few $100 just to make sure that you're not just ripping walls out that you shouldn't be ripping out. Okay, so that's huge. These floors are gorgeous, and these were not here before.
No, we ordered a special wood that was already in another room, got it in, and did the whole main floor, so we had a consistent flooring throughout the entire main floor. It probably wouldn't have been my first choice of wood because I like the 5-inch plank. However, I couldn't see throwing away a $4,000 floor that's already in a family room.
Absolutely. Did you guys do the floor yourself?
We hired a contractor to do it. He came out of Holland, Michigan. Meticulous to a T. I mean, he was a perfectionist.
Looks so nice. Did you do the wall yourself?
Yes, I cut it out myself.
I feel like I remember pictures on Facebook of you hammering away at this wall. So this you did yourself, but the floors you did not.
Well, I cut it open myself, but we had a contractor come in and do the finishing work because we replaced all the treads. This was all carpeted.
Okay.
And when we tore the carpet and pad out, it was just OSB board or whatever. So all of the treads had to go, and I bought them, stained them myself in the garage, painted the risers, replaced the risers and everything. The thing we did reutilize though, the handrail that came down.
Yep.
This was cut off of the original, so we could keep that one.
Perfect.
The spindles were the original, we just got ones to match. But we replaced the newels,
Okay.
just to give it an updated look.
Yep.
And we replaced the newel at the top of the stair. Well, I had chair rail in here and the crown molding, and it was all the oak finish. The baseboards were too, and the windows were. So just took off the baseboards when we did the flooring and put nice new baseboards down, a little bit wider. Painted the windows, painted the crown molding, and took off the chair rail.
So you literally just painted oak,
Yeah.
and you did it yourself.
I did. Put a primer down, a little bit primer first.
Looks good. Looks great. Chandelier?
Yes, we changed out the light fixture from what was in here. Not an expensive light fixture, ordered it online, a couple $100, but gave it a fresh look.
I love it. Beautiful. Obviously, when we come in homes that have a lot of oak, and then you do some updates, you want to bring everything current. The kitchen was beautiful white when you moved in, so you repainted all the door trim,
I did.
window trim.
Varnished or primed it first, of course, used Zinsser, and then just the paint. Didn't change out any of the wood that was here. This is all the original wood.
And
Outlets and light switches, updated those. Got rid of the almond color.
huge change.
Small cost,
Right.
very small cost.
How much do you think you have into paint for all the trim in the house?
Maybe a couple $100 if that.
And what about your outlet covers?
I bought those in big boxes at one of the home stores, so maybe $150.
So $350. Now we have all new outlet covers. We have painted trim. Beautiful. I love it. So bathrooms. Bathrooms can be a little more expensive than just your typical change and outlet paint, some trim.
Yeah.
So, did you do the floors?
We did. They had the original 90s vinyl, little squares, almond color.
Yep.
Had the short oak vanity. It was a double vanity.
So we've got a brand new vanity.
We ordered 2 new vanities because they're side by side.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah.
And the top and the hardware was what was here. They had already updated the fixtures, so we just reused those. Took the big flat mirror off of the wall.
Yeah. I love this look. So this had that 80s, 90s big, huge piece of glass.
Yes.
Rip that off, go with the double side, the linen cabinet in the middle.
Yeah. And it had the Hollywood light across the top.
Okay, yeah.
Took that out, put in a
Perfect.
couple light fixtures.
I love it.
So yeah, it just, there was an expense obviously in buying a quality cabinet,
Right.
but we're gonna keep this now for another 20 years, so. Just like the 90s
Absolutely.
lasted that long, this will too.
So you probably have in this bathroom $5,000?
I would say that's probably a safe estimate.
Five. But the biggest expense was maybe your shower, right? So this was all ripped out, gutted,
Yes.
and then you redid the floor, and the floor you said was the most probably expensive thing.
Right. We didn't go with the cheap, flimsy floor. It's a solid surface floor that you order from the hardware stores, the home improvement stores. And the flooring alone was $1,000 just for the shower. But you have a solid base, you don't ever have to redo it.
Right. And then who did your tile? Your
Family member.
Okay. All right.
And the plumbing. I have a brother who's a plumber. Helps.
Right, we got to utilize our family when they're so handy,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So beautiful. I think this is a great update. I can't wait to show the difference between the before and the after here.
New toilet. Again, we got rid of all the almond colored stuff, and it was the short little round toilet from the 90s. So.
$100, $200 for a good
$200.
toilet, and you're good to go, right?
Yeah, and then the flooring, of course, we put down the LVP.
Yeah.
Easy to do
Beautiful,
yourself.
beautiful.
Thank you.
So something as simple as when Kathy bought this closet, she literally just had the rod hanging on both sides of this small space. So to better utilize this, she put in racks, right? So you've got cubbies now, you've got these doubled, you've got a little extra here. This side has the same thing, so just a little bit of time and making your closet more usable.
Back in the corner is a shoe cubby. So yeah, you use every inch
I love it.
possible.
Yeah, absolutely.